Yeah, what's up, community? It's Ash Rock. It's the Wii U setup right here. Gotta have a little bit of action figures in every room. And here we have the Mario, Luigi, and Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. Been playing the shit out of that Donkey Kong Country, man. That is a fun game. It really is. So, highly recommended. These two, man. God, they just, you know, if they weren't in video games, if they got like, if Nintendo dropped them, they could both definitely be porn stars, right? Imagine that. Ding dong. Oh, hello. What's up? I'm here to fix your plumbing. But there's nothing wrong with my plumbing. I know. I just want to have sex with you. Play that funky intro. Ash Rock. Ash Rock. Ash Rock. Ash Rock.
That's crispy.
What is up, Marvel Universe fanatics? It is Ash Rock back with another review. This is going to be on the Marvel Universe Cloak. He is part of series number 5, wave number 3, number 17 in that wave. Let's look at the packaging super quick. So the packaging is sporting the both cloak and dagger on the box. And believe it or not, the dagger is available right now. So I'm not sure if it's officially coming out in wave number 4 or if it has come out, but it's a really hard to get variant. But it is on eBay right now. She goes for between 20 and like, I've seen her go for $40+, so kind of expensive. On the back, you got the various other characters in the wave, including the Ghost Rider. Another difference with the Ghost Rider, really quick, is that this Ghost Rider is actually a little different. His neck is orange, as opposed to the normal Ghost Rider. Not sure why, it looks kind of stupid, but whatever. And the next review, which will be the Baron Zemo, so stay tuned to that. And then, of course, the breakdown of all the little mumbo-jumbo. And there you go. So here is the figure itself, Cloak. We're going to start off with the old paint apps. He's mainly black. He's got black all over. He's a very, very dark character. He's also part of the Marvel Knights. Him and Dagger are part of the Marvel Knights, and it's really cool to have them. But the outer, the actual body is all black. There's nothing special, no shading, just pure black, which is fine with me because that's the kind of, the coloring you would expect from this character. He's a very dark, dark character, and very little of him is seen when he is in the comic books. He's kind of just in shadows and stuff like that, so it kind of makes sense there. The inside does have a little pattern to it, to the cape, so that's pretty cool. And then, the main piece of this is the cape itself. I mean, let's face it. So, yeah, but the inside you can see there's a nice little patterns. There you go. Patterns. English, motherfucker, do you speak it? And the back here, you can see awesome paint applications. Look at that. I love the way this thing's been molded as well. Very, very nice paint apps. I mean, this is cool. No real defects with mine. Now, the one thing that will stand out that you can notice is that the head is completely separate from the cape. So this is all one piece here, okay? So it's not like his head's inside of some kind of mask or something. This is actually his head, which is the hoodie that goes above. Let's see if the lining, I mean, you can see the lining is pretty accurate for the most part. So when you do pull it back a little bit, you can see it's for the most part, it's there. I mean, probably a little bit of, here and there, but I'm not going to fault them too much for that. I think the cape came out really, really nice, and I love this cape, man. Why does everybody else get a dope-ass cape except for my favorite villain, Magneto? Ugh. Man, seriously, this is just so terrible, but anyways. And then the face, let's zoom in on the face a little bit. Along the lines of Magneto, you see what they did here. They did the little shading around the eyes and the lips. And here it actually came out really, really nice. I don't know why, but for the Magneto, it looks terrible. It really does. But for this figure here, I think it came out really, really cool, man. I like that a lot. And there's a little silver piece there holding his cape together is really, really nice as well. So I'm really, really digging the paint apps on this guy. For paint applications, we'll be giving him a 4 out of 5. They didn't go over the top. It was nothing super special. There's no shading. There's no real crazy coloring. So he's a pretty simplistic character for the most part. But I will give it to them with the shadows around the eyes and the way that came out. Really, really nice. I think that came out beautiful. Now articulation. Oh boy. Yeah, I know. They're giving us the older mold, guys. They took a step back. Don't know why. They took a step back. This is the Multiple Man, Jamie Madrox mold from like 2 or 3 years ago. and they basically just reused it. I'm pretty sure Hasbro has a ton of these molds out there, and they're like, all right, we're not using the new mold for this guy. We're going to just give him the old mold. His character's he's a pretty built guy. He's a little bit wider than this. I mean, he's really thin here, man. I think he looks way too thin for the character, and this mold was not fitting of him. So that's just my opinion. His head is on a ball joint, okay, but it's very, very limited because of how big it is, and it's the whole cape piece. So you could really move it side to side, great, but up and down, not so much. Ball joint hinge on the shoulder, upper bicep. Single jointed elbows, rotates at the wrist. Now all of this is very limited as well because of the cape. So you can't like have a full, can't put his hand all the way up in the sky unless you really, really pull the cape back, which kind of sucks. No waist articulation. He's got the ab crunch. He's just got a hinge up here. No thigh articulation, double jointed knees, and then rotates. It goes up and down with the foot. Man, they really killed this figure, I think, a little bit with that articulation, guys. 3 out of 5 for articulation. It's kind of bogus, man. I mean, we've come so far as Marvel Universe collectors, to see it take a step back like that, I think is absolute, what's that word I'm looking for? Oh yeah, bullshit. Anyways, final score on this guy will be a 3 out of 5. I think that it's nothing over the top. If this figure, I'd expect this kind of figure back in Series 2 or Series 1, to be honest with you. But to get this in Series 5, and if you go look at all the last, just go look at the last like 20 figures that have come out in this line. And this guy, for some reason, it's like they took a step back, like they went back in their time machine, and they're like, I know how we can screw the collector. Let's go get an older mold. I've never been a fan of this mold. Matter of fact, one of my favorite mutants of all time is Jamie Magic's Multiple Man, and top 5 for me. It's one of my personal favorite characters, and they, I think, crapped the bed on him because they just did a terrible job. And because part of it is because they use this mold. I'm not a big fan of this mold. I think this mold is okay in certain cases and where it was back then, but where we are right now, not a good deal. So 3 out of 5 final score. I still think it's well worth getting. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're a fan of the character and Dagger, it's a good little combination. But, I have to review these things objectively. I can't be a fanboy. And I'm going to tell you guys as it is. And I think that, for $9.99, you can get this figure, which is okay, I guess. But for $9.99, you could also get an awesome World War Hulk figure or Jim Lee Cyclops that has tons of more articulation, way more detail. So, I mean, it ultimately comes down with, more bang for your buck. And I believe here we're getting less bang for our buck. I really believe that. The only thing that makes this thing a beautiful figure is the cape. That's it. That is it. I mean, other than that, the head is okay. Again, I thought they did a really good job with the paint. But overall, it's a very, very simplistic figure. Almost custom-esque, if you will. Like somebody can customize this thing and get away with it. So, anyways, that is my opinion. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always. Remember to laugh every day. You guys have a good one. Peace.